The hottest pop culture stories of the day, like Taylor Swift. Did she pick a side? We've got Kim becoming a lawyer, plus Hailey Bieber's husband might suck. This is Hot to Go. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
And Taylor is Team Taylor. We thought she might be Team Blake, but no, she's on her own team. We're talking about Taylor Swift being subpoenaed in the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni ongoing lawsuit. To catch you up, if you missed it, last December, Blake Lively dropped a bombshell lawsuit on Justin Baldoni in the studio Wayfarer Studios, who's behind It Ends With Us movie. She claimed sexual harassment, among many other things. They have countersued. It is back and forth. Everybody hates each other. And at the end of the day, Justin Baldoni's team said, hey, Taylor Swift, we're going to subpoena you because she was part of the rooftop scene. Now, what we're talking about is a specific scene in the movie It Ends With Us that Justin Baldoni starred and directed and produced. In it, there were some rewrites that Blake Lively did. While she was pushing for these rewrites, she had Justin Baldoni come to a meeting at her place in New York. During that meeting, Taylor Swift just happened to drop by.
No, she was there prior before he got there.
So there was like a mixing of in and out where they saw each other.
Yeah, the passing by.
Yeah, and Justin Baldoni's team would later go on and say, listen, this was used as a tactic to get our client to do what Blake Lively wanted because Blake Lively has referred to Taylor Swift as not only her friend, but one of her quote unquote dragons. It gets dropped a lot in this lawsuit. If you want to look more into it, we did an entire week-long segment on our YouTube channel looking at this, My Talk 1071. You can check us out on YouTube. What happened from here is that we learned Taylor Swift was definitely getting subpoenaed in this trial. As of today, May 22nd, Taylor Swift is no longer being subpoenaed by Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It's all because the information from Taylor's team was voluntarily provided to Justin Baldoni's legal team. Blake's side is saying, this is great. Taylor never should have been involved. This was all just so terrible of them to even try to bring her name into this. Justin Baldoni's team hasn't really said anything other than, yep, she gave us all the information we wanted, which leads us to go, if Blake and Taylor aren't talking, does this mean that Taylor's not only not talking to Blake anymore, is she Team Justin Baldoni? Or is she just like, I don't want my name in either of your mouths, Will Smith?
I think that you nailed the freaking exact sentiment right on the head is when you said Taylor is Team Taylor. And this is another example of any information that gets being brought forth in this and both parties running to say, told you this is a win for us. This is like the perfect example of how so many things have come up in this case as every time they both think they have a smoking gun and it's just, we're in a room full of smoke at this point. Mm-hmm. Like, what is happening? They're both going, this is why I'm right. Mm-hmm. And I go, I don't even know. I don't like, we don't have enough information. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
And in this whole case, there's always been this trying to vilify one side or the other, whatever the case may be. This side's a villain, this side's a villain. Somebody is in the wrong here. Who is it? We've done this back and forth this entire time. But to your point, Brittany, this is another one where it's like both sides 100% think they're the non-villain here. They think they're the innocent one. They're the ones who were attacked in this case. And we're, again, going to see more stories like this. And as it leads up to, hopefully, a trial.
And let's be very clear. The only reason Justin Baldoni's side brought up the Taylor Swift thing, brought up the text, is all to give contextual information around Blake Lively's character. Mm-hmm. It had nothing to do with any of the lawsuit, except look at how gross this person is. Look at how unlikable she is. She sent a cringy text about one of her best friends being one of her, quote, dragons. Like, this is all of Baldoni's, all just trying to create a conversation around how unlikable Blake is. And his lawyer is good at this. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I just want to make it clear, like, Taylor never had anything to do with this lawsuit. But with bringing up her name, they got to bring up the text of, and at the time, Blake was mentioning that her dragons were both Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift, and how everyone who sees that goes, cringe. That is so gross.
I gotta be honest though. I'm trying to be like, okay, my bestie Jenna, if she was texting somebody and she's like, I've got my dragons, and she was talking about me, I'd be like, hell yeah. I breathe fire for you any day. So that makes me be like, were they ever really close? Does she just not want to be involved with this? Like, it would never offend me for my actual best friend, who is also the godmother to my child.
Yeah.
For me to be like, hey, I see you. We are each other's dragons.
But you have the luxury of a couple of things. Your whole career isn't on the line of you being somewhat likable. Like Taylor Swift doesn't want to be
I'm
somebody.
definitely not likable.
No, I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, we're not Taylor Swift is the narrative around her. She's almost lost her career a couple times with people just going, we don't like you because of A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Swift doesn't want to be in this lawsuit. She also doesn't want to be associated with whatever ruling of is Blake in the right or wrong. So it's like, I think normally, yeah, she would have been somebody who wanted to like represent somebody's bestie. But like, this is not something you want your name drug into. But I get what you're saying, Kendall. Like, yeah.
It's interesting. We're exactly a week from where we had this report from, we believe, Taylor's camp, because again, it was in these sources that we normally have, like People, where she said, we've kind of halted things. We want to distance ourselves from Blake Lively, from this situation. And now a week later, we get this, that they said, oh, this is what you're looking for. This is why we're being subpoenaed. Here's all that information you're looking for. We'll give it to you. Take our name out of this.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense, and it follows that same path we've seen from Taylor Swift's side.
It's why Taylor Swift hasn't come in Blake's defense.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's not, I mean, she's got a great PR team that says, hey, take a beat. I know this is one of your best friends. She might not be in the right here. And you can't go down with this ship. Like, it's just a fact.
We talked about it. It's probably one of the reasons Taylor never endorsed the film.
I know, which is so rare of her. I mean, she was endorsing another film. She was Zoe Kravitz, who had her directorial a debut for Blink Twice, which is this horror movie, and she was all excited to get behind. And it would seem like an easy promotion for her to go see this movie. Blake Lively is in it, my BFF. Like, doy.
They smelled something right off the jump.
And her music was used in it.
That's the thing.
That's the other thing.
So wild.
And she never said anything.
It's crazy.
Insane.
Yeah. She's got a great PR team that was like, take a beat. Take a beat. We're not doing this right now.
Oh, yeah. They went, when there's smoke, there's fire, and something's going on here, and you are not going to, whatever, maybe it'll be nothing, but you don't want to be associated with it.
Yeah. All right. I have to say, you guys, everyone's being really freaking hard on Kim Kardashian, and I'm kind of asking if they could ever do half as much as she does. Kim Kardashian has finally completed her law program after a 6-year journey. Now, the internet's attacking her because they're saying this is a 3-year program, to which I say, have you seen the things she's done in 6 years alongside getting this degree?
Right?
I mean, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw the internet attacking her. It took you 6 years to do a 3-year program? You're kidding me, right? She runs at least 2 companies. She also has her filming. She also has Kanye. She also has children.
4 of them.
Yeah. And you go, what do you want of this woman?
The fact that, like, take everything individually, running Skims alone.
Yeah.
That is a massive undertaking.
Huge company.
To your point, the Kardashian side of it and her social media presence. Going to every single premiere and event and activity that she puts herself out there for. Doing her work on criminal justice reform that she also does with going to different politicians and asking them for work on this cause. Having 4 children. Like, I'm sorry. Kudos to you for doing it in 6 years. I can't believe it didn't take you 10.
And may we not forget, she still has KKW Beauty. She also has KKW Fragrance. Like, I mean, the things this woman does. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is just a bunch of people who probably, I mean, you just go, I'm sorry, like, is this something that you have your degree in? I'm not sure. It doesn't feel that way, the way that you are arguing right now. A lot of people are saying, some of her mentors are calling it, this is one of the most inspiring legal journeys we've ever seen, because she didn't have to do it, but she's so passionate about it. And like, you can say what you want about Kim Kardashian, but this lady is not lazy. She goes for what she wants. And the idea, she doesn't need to have this degree.
Absolutely not. She could pay everybody to do all this for her.
But it's something that she wants to do and she's pursuing. Yes, financially, I'm sure there's some gain to be had here and there, but it's something that her father was a lawyer. She wants to be a lawyer. She feels very, very, very passionate about fighting for people that have been wrongly accused.
And when you look at it, like, from a very, like, really filter this down, right? It's, since when do we not applaud people for wanting to better themselves and pursue a higher education? Since when do we ridicule people who go after their dreams that doesn't affect you?
Yeah.
Like literally doesn't affect you.
So when the pandemic hit and I was in freelance radio, I said, well, I better have a different degree because they're not letting anybody in this building that's not full time.
Right.
So I went back to school for nursing. I was the oldest by about at least 10 years. Could you imagine if people were coming up to me going, why wouldn't you have done this when you were 18? Like, what if you made me feel bad because I was pursuing another income for my family?
Right.
In what world? Or if it took me an extra year because I'm balancing a newborn, going to school, and working. So why are we attacking Kim Kardashian for this?
Makes no sense.
Make it make sense, Kendall.
Bravo, Kim. And by the way, California law is a mess. It's really, I've talked to my husband about it because he's an attorney, and he's like, yeah, California is wild. And so is Florida. They kind of, just because the things that people sue each other for and the really niche law that they have out there, it can be really complicated and convoluted. So, I mean, good on her.
Yeah.
Good on her.
You mentioned everything she was doing. She also has All's Fair coming this fall, her new show on Hulu that she is starring in as a lawyer. Of course, she also has Naomi Watts in that, Niecy Nash, it's Sarah Paulson and Glenn Close. So this is a huge deal. It's a Ryan Murphy project coming to Hulu this fall. So she's been a little busy.
And again, I can't stress enough, she wasn't banking on this degree to get money. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. I get it when you're like, I need to finish this degree. She had other sources of income. So why would she spread herself more thin to do it in this time? I just go, what do you want from this woman?
It also adds a little credibility to this new series. A lot of actually credibility because she's playing a divorce lawyer in this series. So it's going to be fun to see what she's learned from the real life application and how it's going to portray into her character.
You really get the feeling too from Kim, and I think a lot of people can relate to this in their own way, is that when you're not taken seriously your entire life, you go, okay, here's a little thing I can do to let you know that I'm not just a hot chick who made a sex tape 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, I got a brain and I got something to back it up with. Like, there's a little bit of that to it. And again, I say, bravo.
But you know what sucks? Because like I was a female in the military. You know what sucks is if you can't keep doing that, because guess what? They always want you to prove yourself over and over again. And even when you do, they just wait for another chance to throw you down. So you just have to have the mentality of like, I'm both things. I made a sex tape that's created many careers for many people. And I also am now a freaking lawyer. So like, I don't have any, like, I just remember all the time I would constantly want to prove myself. And then a week later, if I did something like, I don't know, I had a ponytail that was a little too high, then it was back to, oh, just this female. You know what I mean?
She's a woman.
Yeah. And a mother. Exactly.
Oh, man. Okay. Hailey Bieber's husband might suck, but at least his ex-girlfriend's a supportive queen. Hailey Bieber, God bless her, has been going through the ringer with all this Justin Bieber drama, whether it's drug use, whether it's just saying crazy things on the internet. He's not being supportive of her, no matter what way you look at it, and their tiny little baby. Well, her beauty company, Rhode, just went public with saying, we're going to be available at Sephora. This is massive, getting a Sephora deal for her. She posts about it, and who likes the photo but Selena Gomez?
So again, that's so, I mean, that is so, I love that.
It's such a queen move. And we really are talking about this more than anything because back up a couple of days, Hailey Bieber was on the cover of Vogue. And instead of just posting and sharing that, her husband, Justin Bieber, yes, shared the photo, but then went on this big message about how he once told her that she'd never be in Vogue because they were fighting and he was just trying to put her down. But way to prove him wrong, babe. It was so ick. It didn't give off anything good. He later changed the text underneath just to make sure that people knew he didn't mean that. Either way, it left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. The next day, within a couple of days at least, she announced that her Hailey's Road Skin Instagram account is like, we're in Sephora. And Selena Gomez, she's like, I see you, girl. I see you. I'm going to like this. People are going to know. And even if nobody had noticed, Hailey probably would have noticed.
Totally.
So good on her. And especially because Selena, if you remember, right, Selena Gomez has an incredibly, I think it's a multi-billion, maybe dollar company in rare beauty.
Yes. Oh, yeah. She's been absolutely killing it in the beauty industry. And then on top of it, don't forget, we've had a couple missteps by Hailey Bieber on social media by either sharing or liking something that's anti-Selena Gomez. So,
and let's not also forget last week, we might have had a story that wasn't so positive about a company that Selena Gomez and her mom were behind.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense to change the narrative around being very supportive. So everyone benefited from this like.
Yep.
Yeah.
The like heard round the world.
Yes, definitely.
Love it. 2 things can be true. 4 things can be true.
In this case, a lot of things are true. One thing that's proving to be true, we were all very, very excited when we heard a rumored cast around Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Well, according to multiple sources, maybe the most exciting part of that cast announcement has been confirmed. And that is Dolores is heading from New Jersey to Rhode Island.
Dolores Catania. She is going to solidify that Real Housewives of Rhode Island is giving mobster vibes, giving Italian, giving, oh my God, who punched who in a Planet Fitness? We are very excited about the Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
And yes, that's an actual byline we read y'all yesterday.
Ex-Patriot player who is currently in a lawsuit for punching an elderly man in a Planet Fitness, surrounded by purple equipment. This man. Yeah, we have a lot of very interesting plot lines. And again, Rhode Island is looking like it might be the solution for taking care of the East Coast hole that is lacking because of Real Housewives of New York and Real Housewives of New Jersey, both of which are on pause and are not filming. So that the turnaround for those are going to be far away from now.
And if you're really lost and you're like, wait, I want to hear more about this. We talked about it for 30 minutes during the second hour of yesterday's show. So the May 21st episode, that second hour, about the last 30 minutes is all Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
I think it was the 20th.
It was 2 days ago. Yeah. It was Tuesday the 20th.
Yeah, the 20th.
It was a deep dive.
Yeah.
And it was delicious.
Go to the second hour of the podcast on 520.
And if you aren't a fan of Real Housewives and you're like, Dolores, I know this name before. She, of course, was in season 3 of Traitors. So it showed that a lot of people watched over on Peacock. I have very little exposure to the Real Housewives, except for the ones that appear on Traitors, and fell in love with her on season 3 of Traitors.
She's quiet, loyal, loud when she needs to be, aggressive, can go from 0 to 60, has like real, we don't talk about families. She's so mobster coded. Her ex-husband, who she's still friends with, Frank Catania, absolutely went to jail for something, cheated on her up and down, and still was like, yeah, but we don't talk crap about him, even though he cheated on me like crazy. Everything about her is like old school perfection.
I don't remember. I think I only read one bio out of the potential alleged 9 cast members that didn't have some sort of legal skeleton in their closet or ongoing legal battle. Like there's the girl whose boyfriend is potentially going to jail because of something with tax evasion or tax fraud. There's a lady whose husband is significantly older than her that owns a chain of pizzerias that has her face on the pizza boxes. I'm like, what in the New England is this?
I don't sleep on Rhode Island, people. Also, don't go there because you either will be punching or be punched at a Planet Fitness. Act accordingly.
Right?
Well, that's not the only reality TV news announcement we got today. We've got another exciting one, and I know Kendall's going to be more excited than most of us because she loves this individual. Alex Earl is heading to Dancing with the Stars for season 34.
This is some good casting for them. They had to pay her a lot to do this.
That's a lot of time and energy.
She and Alex Cooper of Call Her Daddy and the Unwell Group, she worked for her and her podcast was under that umbrella. They split like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And nobody really said anything negative about each other. It just was really clear that something wasn't working.
Yeah.
We got a tiny taste during the Hot Mess podcast where Alex Earl's dad was on it and basically said, I don't think people understand how much my daughter is worth and what she can bring to the table. We're now seeing her. She's partnered up with a canned margarita company that she's been really promoting that suddenly has blown up. She's doing things like this. She's on Sports Illustrated, kind of in a way now looking back teasing this because just like 3 days ago, she posted about how she shouldn't have told so-and-so that she could do the splits. It's like
Makes sense.
You're like, oh, we're kind of alluding toward this idea
Mm-hmm.
of like, I'm going to dance. I'm flexible.
Yeah, this is setting it up, teeing it up nicely.
And now she's doing Dancing with the Stars. I mean, so she's opening herself to a whole new group of people who could potentially follow her and branding opportunities because of that, because it's an older demographic. Her demo is like in their 20s, late teens, early 30s.
And to be clear, and I think this is what you're saying, is Dancing with the Stars will benefit quite
Enormously.
a bit.
Yeah.
By bringing in a whole new crowd of people who would not normally care about Dancing with the Stars.
Because they've tried with Bachelor contestants.
Ariana,
forever.
Ariana Maddox was a big pull because I went and watched a little bit.
Right. Like, and I think I think that they're pulling with the Bachelor, Bachelorette contestants works to an extent, but now we're so used to that like that doesn't even make me want to watch
It's the
it
same
anymore.
network.
I was going to say there's a lot of synergy there because I think if you're already watching appointment television and network television, it's an easy
on
jump.
ABC.
On ABC.
Like, it's literally the same network.
Totally.
Right. Right.
Robert Irwin, of course, is the only other name we have confirmed so far. So this is usually how they do it. They kind of trickle out some of the bigger names first, and then they'll give us a big full-on cast announcement where we hear all the other C and D listers.
And Robert Irwin, to be clear, is Steve Irwin's son, who coincidentally is making sure that we know that he is a man now. I don't think it's a big coincidence that we've been seeing shirtless selfies from this man for the past 6 months going, I'm not a boy anymore. I'm a big croc.
Big man.
Big croc.
I'm the croc daddy.
I'm Crocagator heaven.
It's going to be, I mean, I haven't watched Dancing with the Stars and I don't even know how long. I might watch it.
I still won't.
I love that it's so consumable on TikTok now.
I know.
Because I don't have to, I'm sorry, I don't have to really watch it because you go in there and you're like, okay, I wonder what the 5 biggest dances were. Shoop, 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 shoop. Okay, I got a sense of it. It's all good.
I know.
Like, that's all you have to do now, which is good if they use it the right way. Because then again, you're bringing that Alex Earl audience with you, someone that would never have normally watched it.
Who was on it that I love? The scam artist.
Oh, yeah. Anna Delvey.
Anna Delvey.
That was the
What
only
did you
one.
learn?
Nothing.
No.
What are you going to take away from
Yeah,
this?
that was it.
Nothing.
Nothing. And I go,
Okay.
love the honesty.
So good.
So rude. Love it.
Okay, real quick, Paul Mescal. Paul Mescal is talking about that movies are moving away from the alpha male leads. He is in a movie called The History of Sound. Him and another actor are a gay couple. And he's talking about how it's ever shifting, that cinema is moving away from traditional alpha leading roles. There's a lot of comparison to Brokeback Mountain to this movie, which he thinks is kind of a shame because the relationships and what they're teaching are absolutely different. The only thing would be the 2 male leads are gay. So great conversations happening around what is masculinity, what are these male roles, and hopefully it'll just bring more opportunities to more people. We love a good story. Tell them all.